Thank you for listening to GCN. Be sure to visit GCNlive.com today.
When you're out on the road, the last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They sew pride in every stitch, guarantee you'll love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans, made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
The entire world is watching what's just happened in Iceland. Goldman Sachs and others went in the last 5 years, got the country deep in debt in derivatives, knowing they were going to implode the derivatives. It isn't just the wealth they get with all this fiat financial Madoff Ponzi scheme garbage. It's that once it implodes, the banks come in and loan more money to the government, literally indenturing the people as slaves. And the whole world is watching because Greece, the people are revolting. 10 years ago, Goldman Sachs went in, set up a system, got them deep in debt. The banks got rich off of it. Now they're saying the roads, the infrastructure, the famous places, the islands must be given to the private bankers. Top Democratic and Republican lawmakers are saying the same thing is now going to happen here. We're a year and a half into the banker takeover of October 2008. The financial terrorism where they said, give us unlimited trillions or we'll have a depression. We're going to use it to unfreeze the mortgage market. Then they clamped down on the mortgage market even more, hoarded the money, and they won't say where the money went. So here's the headline. Iceland votes no to debt deal for collapsed bank. Now, a year ago, they declared anti-terror powers on Iceland, froze people's bank accounts, wouldn't let them get their own money out, saying your money is ours for the Dutch, British, and U.S. banks. And Birgitta Jónsdóttir and others ran for office. She is the current chairman of the Civic Movement Parliamentary Group on the Icelandic Parliament, leading the charge against these people. They've got other initiatives to make themselves a free press zone against the shutdown of the Internet. She's with us for the next hour, joins us via video link from Iceland. And Ms. Jónsdóttir, thanks for coming on with us.
Well, thanks for having me.
It's good to have you here. We're about to go to break, but this is huge what happened, because if the rest of the world takes what you've done as an example, we could end up actually routing this group of criminals.
Absolutely. I mean, I hope that what we did by forcing the government to allow the nation to vote on this will be an inspiration for other people. And it was actually more than 60%, almost 63% of the nation showed up to the polls, and it was a 93% no.
93% said no. 93% said no to what? Tell folks specifically what happened.
They basically were saying no of privatization or socialization of private debt, or in other words, the bailout of the bankers.
The socialization of private debt, or the bankers come in, sell a bunch of derivatives, and then claim the people owe it.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, we had some of the Icelandic bankers decided to branch out because of EU regulation, branch out to Europe, open internet bank accounts there. And then when these accounts collapsed, the British and Dutch government claimed that the Icelandic nation should fork out the state guarantee for this. And And you have to bear in mind there are like 317,000 people living in Iceland, and the accounts in Holland and Britain were around 320,000. So each Icelander should have shouldered around 20,000 euros per person.
And to add insult to injury, they use anti-terror laws to try to take people's money.
Yeah, what they did just shortly after the collapse, Mr. Darling, the UK finance minister, decided to, and Mr. Brown, a minister of the UK, decided to put terrorist acts on Iceland, which classified us among other nations such as North Korea, Zimbabwe, and organizations such as Al-Qaeda. And what this did during the middle of a financial meltdown in Iceland was that it dried up all loan lines to Iceland, and we were facing food shortages and medicine shortages.
Well, let's break down the history of what happened, what it's led to, where you go from here. This is so exciting. 90+% of the country saying no to the jackals. The Icelanders know who their enemy is. They know who the criminals are. Will we follow their example? Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, it seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv. Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones, and I want to tell you about the Silver Lungs generator. Now you can produce pure and endless colloidal silver and deliver the solution directly into the bloodstream by breathing the solution through the lungs. The respiratory system is the first line of defense for airborne pathogens and viruses. The Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced nano-silver solutions and also delivers the silver nanoparticles instantly into the bloodstream. With continued legislation threatening the sale of nano-silver products, you can now produce pure and endless colloidal silver with the Silver Lungs generator. Very easy to follow, step-by-step instructions are provided, making production fast and simple. Go to www.silverlungs.com today and learn more about the breakthrough technology of the Silver Lungs generator. That's www.silverlungs.com. TV.
Global meltdowns, massive unemployment, endless wars, a new currency crisis, financially and morally bankrupt. A great and terrible storm is approaching. So what's the best way to get ready, to get prepared for hard times ahead? Introducing Off the Grid News, a weekly newsletter for independent patriots who want practical advice on how to survive and prosper in an increasingly dangerous world. It's the best way to get a black belt in emergency preparedness, survival skills, and off-the-grid living. Off the Grid News is fiercely independent, all about self-reliance and packed with helpful information on survival gardening, food preparation, alternative energy, herbal medicines, privacy and security, as well as God, gold, and guns, with absolutely no apologies. And the best part, this $100 a year service is now free of charge for our listeners. That's right, free for our listeners who sign up at offthegridnews.com. That's offthegridnews.com. You can sign up free at offthegridnews.com.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Parliament member from Iceland, Birgitta Jónsdóttir, is our guest, one of the main leaders, the leader of her party. 90+% voting over the weekend to say no to the private bank heist, the banking tyranny. You have found it, folks. The tip of the spear in the fight against the New World Order. We're here Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central, the most listened to alternative patriot radio show on AM and FM, global shortwave satellite, and internet. Going back to Birgitta.